Do you know what the right to buy scheme is? Chances are you've never heard of it, and if you haven't, you could be missing out on a huge discount on a property you're looking at buying. But before we go through this, consider pressing the like and subscribe button to stay tuned for any other mortgage content that we produce. And make sure you stay tuned for the end of the video. We're going to break down exactly how much of a discount you can get depending on how long you've stayed in a council property. So the right to buy scheme started in the 1980s, and it essentially allows council and social housing tenants the opportunity to buy their property at a discount. So depending on where in the UK you're based, you will qualify for different discounts on the property. So for example, if you live anywhere outside of London, the discount would be £84,600. And if you live in the London area, your discount will be £112,800. One of the massive benefits that not a lot of people know about is the discount that you actually get from the council can be used as a deposit to be able to buy the property. So you do not actually need to put any of your own funds into buying a property as long as the affordability is there with a lender. So what are the three benefits of buying your council property through the right to buy scheme? First of all, the main benefit is at the moment you're going to be paying rent on a monthly basis. And whether you retire or not, this rent will need to continue to be paid. However, if you buy the property, what ends up happening is once the mortgage is fully paid off, you no longer need to pay any rent towards the council. Another benefit is as a owner of the property, as the house prices increase, as they inherently do over time, you will gain capital and equity from the increase in house price. So if you do ever need to move, or you want to move to a different area, you can still make a profit from the increase in the house price that you wouldn't do if you was down as a council tenant still. Another massive benefit is that with the discount that you get from the council, you will eventually not need to pay that back. So the way it works, in the first year if you sell the property, you have to give 100% of the discount back. In the second year if you sell it, you have to give 80% back. Third year, 60%, fourth year, 40%, 20% in the last year, and once the 5 years is over and done with, if you sell the property, you get all of the cash back from the discount you've got from the council, which you can then go ahead and look at investing in buy-to-let properties or upsize into a bigger and better property in a different area. So who can apply for the right to buy scheme? So if you've been a council tenant for longer than 3 years, you can apply to buy the property through the right to buy scheme through your local council. So once you've lived in the property for more than 3 years, you can apply to the local council to get permission to go down the right to buy scheme. In order to do this, you do not actually need to apply just in your own name. So if you've got a partner or a family member who's also lived in the property for the last 12 months, they can go on the right to buy application, and you can then use two people's income for your affordability to buy the property. First of all, how do you apply for the right to buy scheme? So first of all, you need to reach out to your local council and get the application form, which is known as an RTB1 form. Once you've filled this out and returned it to the council, they can take up to 4 weeks to come back and give you a decision to see if you are accepted for the right to buy scheme. Once your application has been successful, they will send somebody out known as a RIC surveyor to value the property to let you know exactly how much the property is worth. And once they've done that, they will let you know the discount and how much it is that you need to buy the property for. As discussed earlier on in the video, you do not actually need to put down any of your own money to buy the property. So if you've been given the maximum discount outside London of £84,600, that in theory is your deposit to be able to go and buy the property. Another secret tip, and not everybody knows about when you're going down the right to buy scheme, there are certain lenders that will allow you to borrow more once the mortgage process has gone through to be able to do home improvements on the property. So for example, there's a lender out there that if you have an £80,000 discount, they'll allow you to borrow 20% extra on top of the discount to be able to do works on the property. So for example, you wouldn't need to put any money down as a deposit, and once the process is completed, the lender would pay £16,000 to your solicitor, who'd pay that back to yourself to carry out home improvements on the property. So you are entitled to discounts on the property once you've started living there for 3 years. And what we're going to do now, if you look on the screen, what we've got here is a breakdown of how much of a discount that you can actually get depending on what kind of property you're living in and how long you've lived in a property for. There seems to be a debate about this particular kind of scheme. Some people thinking it's fair, some people's not. I'd love to find out what your view is. So leave a comment to see what you think about this scheme and if you think it's fair that people get offered to buy the council properties at a discount. If you found this video useful, press the like and subscribe button, and there's also going to be another video here for you to check out which will give you more details about the mortgage process.